I'm a cynic. I don't trust FSG. So for me, I want to see the proof of the pudding being in the eating, and I want to see Liverpool go out and sign players. This video is being brought to you with thanks to Surfshark. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to browse websites in other countries and keep you safe and secure from hackers. Surfshark allows you to virtually travel the world with just the tap of a finger. As an example, we here in Ireland can What is Afflix? We here in Ireland can watch other countries' Netflix libraries, unlock UK services such as BBC iPlayer, and of course that all-important Spanish DAZN account for football. Surfshark keeps you safe and secure by covering up everything that you do online. When your device connects to the internet, all this information is, in a way, blurred out. This is particularly effective when you're out and about on public Wi-Fi, maybe you're in college or at a cafe. It keeps your information safe and secure from hackers. With a Surfshark, just ask Surfshark. Just here, have a Surfshark. Johnny? Mildred, Surfsharks? Surfshark allow you to use unlimited devices on just one subscription, meaning if you so wish, you can grant access to your friends and family. On top of that, Surfshark offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like it, they refund you. It is that simple. Simply scan the QR code on your screen right now, or use the link in the description, putting in the code Anfield Agenda at checkout. Right, ladies and gentlemen, bit of an update around all things Liverpool's search for a sporting director, Liverpool's search for midfielders, and a few other bits and pieces as well. So, the ever-reliable and ever-trustworthy and a good friend of the channel, Yana Fjortov, has been tweeting about Liverpool's search for a sporting director. And this is what he said. So, Fabrizio tweeted to speak about Liverpool's search seemingly being over with Schmadtke, the new sporting director, likely. But, as Jan Fjortov has tweeted to say, he understands the 3-month deal just helping Liverpool out in this transfer window, and that it won't be a long-term appointment. Now look, maybe if he comes in, does a really good job, maybe this changes, I don't know. The latest on Arlene Tchouameni's future as well is one that really has caught my attention today, and again I want to know your take on it. So according to 90 Min, Liverpool will be interested if Real Madrid were willing to either sell or loan Arlene Tchouameni. Obviously, Real Madrid have their sights set on Jude Bellingham by the looks of it. There's a piece that came out today as well that says that they could try and make a play for Kylian Mbappe and Bellingham in the same window. Certainly one worth keeping an eye on there. Moving on to other stories today that have caught my attention. Alexis Mac Allister. So everybody has probably seen the post on social media. Many people have been sharing it. The lads at Transfer Room, ourselves at Anfield Agenda, and many more. And it comes from Cesar Luis Merlo. And again, roughly translated, what he's posted is Liverpool is advancing more and more for Alexis Mac Allister. The proposal is already under analysis by his father and agent. They go on to say the contract, and this is where there was a mistake, says December 2028. They mean the end of 2028, so it'll be the end of that season. So you'd be looking at a 5-year deal signed by Alexis Mac Allister, and the final decision will be made when Brighton finish this season. So no surprises there. You know, he wants to focus on getting Brighton as high up the table as possible. Brighton, of course, want to try and bag themselves from European football. But I do get the feeling, based off what I'm reading and the vibes I'm getting, that Alexis Mac Allister is very, very likely. Now, before I move on to speak about Manuel Ugarte and the reports coming out of Portugal, just a bit of an update that is an exclusive, according to the friends at Transfer Room, say Sasha Tavaleri has said Romeo Lavia's agent has met with Liverpool this week. Currently, the clubs that are most keen to get him are Manchester United, Liverpool and Chelsea. Now, will it come down to either Lavia or Ugarte? Is there a preference there from the club? Hand on heart, I don't know. But to get back to the stuff around Ugarte that was brought up earlier on today, Record, who are an outlet in Portugal, have said Liverpool are now frontrunners for the signature of Manuel Ugarte, having watched the player intensively in the last few matches, with a bid expected to arrive from Liverpool for Ugarte soon. Could he become a Liverpool player? Well, more news from there is that he apparently has a £53 million or €60 million release clause in his sporting contract. Does that mean Liverpool will go in and pay all of it in one go? Or will they look to maybe agree on the fee but structure the payments? I would be very surprised if Liverpool went in there to pay the full release clause and just bring him straight out of there. So for me, I would think it's probably a bit of negotiation. Let's see if the fee matches. Let's see if we can get him in. But for him or Lavia, what are we saying? Let us know in the comments. Who would you rather come in? Would you rather the Southampton player, or would you rather the one that we all really want, let's be honest, which is Manuel Ugarte? Obviously, we were on Nicolo Barella watch tonight as well. I'm recording this just after Inter Milan have beaten AC Milan by 2-0. Barella played a part in the first goal and put in a very solid performance for me. So I'm on board. Get me Barella, get me Mac Allister, get me Ugarte, and I'm good to go for next season. But on the Bellingham stuff, what a window that would be for Real Madrid if they could somehow pull a Jude Bellingham and a Kylian Mbappe out their backsides, while also having a midfield of Camavinga, Tchouaméni still there, Modric, Kroos, Valverde. If you bring Jude into that, and you add into that then, of course, Kylian Mbappe coming in the attacking perspective with the signing of Endrick down the line, it's very worrying, right? You're thinking to yourself, how many more European Cups do these feckers have to go? I would imagine quite a few. Now, there's one thing that I wanted to just bring to your attention today, and that is the fact that Liverpool are apparently still a little ways off in their search for investment. One part that came out today suggested that it could be the summer before FSG and Liverpool and the two banks in question, Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. So apparently the summer is when they're whittling down any interested, the really interested parties. But my fear here is, are Liverpool going to be a little bit too late? If they take on investment, is there already money there for FSG? Have they put it aside? Or are we going to see a situation where we're told that, again, well, it hasn't happened before the summer transfer window, and, you know, we tried and all this. I don't know. I'm a cynic. I don't trust FSG. So for me, I want to see the proof of the pudding being in the eating, and I want to see Liverpool go out and sign players. But I want to know what your takes on it are. So the piece that I'm reading from said, Redbird Capital will not be participating in the investment search that FSG are currently conducting, which is expected to move to an advanced stage during the summer, after potential investment partners were identified through an initial search led by Mike Gordon and facilitated by Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs. Now, of course, if you want to read this for yourself, the Echo have a piece on it. I say definitely go over there and have a read of it. Monkey Duffy LFC said, Barella would be amazing. I don't see us getting him. Camavinga is unreal, said Lil Maddie. Barella was class. Ugarte for Jamie. Yeah, I want Ugarte, Mac Allister, and Barella or Gravenberch or somebody else. But yeah, they're the three for me. How many players are Liverpool after in the summer? I would say 5. It could be 4, depending on how many we bring in midfield, depending on if we can find a fullback that fits the scope of what we're looking for. But, you know, you would imagine 3 midfielders, a centre-back, and potentially a fullback. Maybe a backup keeper, actually, if Quivine is sold, but I don't think that's really... I wouldn't count that as a signing as such, if you get me. It's more just filling a role than bringing in somebody who has a long-term future. It seems we're going for a more steady, older pair of hands based off what I've read. Do you think we need a right back? This is such a tough one to answer, because the answer should be yes. I do think we need a right back, but we also have 2 very good potential right backs in Bradley and Ramsey. So we're probably at a point where they're not ready. Is it worth us going out and spending a load of money on another one? I think if you could bring in a steady as she goes right back for a bit of cover, maybe, but I'd feel more comfortable if we brought in a fullback who could cover both sides, and maybe even toyed with the idea of selling Costas. Our new system is very reliant on Trent staying fit. I mean, is this a new system, or is this just us seeing out the season with Klopp being able to find a way to get the best out of Trent? I don't know the answer to that. You know, I don't know if we're going to go into next season and Trent's going to continue in the exact same role. Let's wait and see. I'm intrigued to figure it out and find out what happens. Am I the only fan who doesn't want Newcastle to get top 4 due to their cons and time wasting? I don't want them to get top 4 because they're going to be there instead of us, mate. So that's the only reason I don't want them in top 4, is because it'll probably be at our expense. I've got nothing against Newcastle yet, because I don't think they've taken the piss yet with regards to money and stuff like that. They may well do down the line, but as of yet, I don't have look, you know my take on state ownership. Don't like it, don't want it from any country, any state owning any football club. But yeah, Newcastle so far, they've just been well ran so far and clever, and Eddie Howe's done a very good job. Imagine tipping United to 4th on the last day. Oh, mate. Oh, ma. I would be I mean, the nips would be out. That's all I'm saying. The nips would be out. Will be quite interesting on the final day. United against Fulham. Fulham will have Mitrovic. I'm afraid to dream, yeah, or believe, and I honestly don't feel like we deserve Champions League football after the season we've had. But ultimately, the table doesn't lie, so let's wait and see what happens. I still don't think we'll get it there, though. Newcastle have spent 260 million euro. I mean, we have to talk about Newcastle in pounds, mate. You can't just talk about them in euros just because you want it to sound higher to try and justify Manchester City's existence. Newcastle, what have they done? The biggest money they've spent, if I'm not mistaken, is on Isak. That's probably his market value. So I don't think they've taken the piss personally. I think, what they've done, how they've bought players, and the fact they had so much wiggle room with FFP as well, because of the way the club had been run previously with the owner who just wouldn't put his hand in his damn pocket. So for me, I think Newcastle have acted fairly. Certainly haven't been trying to get creative or hide anything that I'm aware of, or send money in loops around other companies, inventing businesses with very little track record of transactions, but yet are able to afford huge multi-million pound contracts using stock Alamy photos of random Asian people for their companies. I mean, we'd leave that to the Abu Dhabi Blues. I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do drop a like on this video, and of course, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Talk to you guys soon. Love, bye bye.